You are losing weight too fast. Welcome back to Streetball Strategies.
I may be young, but my soul is Asian. She black, but her eyes stay low and Asian. Man, your flow so old and dated. You and the clothes you came in. If you don't like the life you live, to change it. I'ma make sure my future bright.
So quick overview, this is a basketball channel, not a weight loss channel, but at the beginning of the year, like it is right now, I always like to touch on weight loss, fat loss, and getting into shape. So let's talk about why you are losing weight too fast, even though you probably don't even think that's possible. Here in Michigan, there's a local radio commercial that has a weight loss program on it that says if you pay a ton of money, outrageous amount of money, whatever it may be, to join this program, we guarantee you will lose 40 pounds in 40 days. And I always cringe when I hear that, because here's what's gonna happen if you try to lose weight that fast. Let's say by the end of the program you do lose all of the 40 pounds in the 40 days. At the beginning of the program you're gonna lose weight pretty quickly. Most of it's gonna be salt and water, and by the end of the program you will lost about 20 pounds of water and salt. Also, by the end of the program, you will probably lose about 5 to 10 pounds of muscle mass, of which you should not want to lose. In fact, you should desperately want to keep it. And yes, by the end of the program, you will probably lose 10 to 15 pounds of actual fat. The problem with that is that it's completely temporary, because by this time next year, you will probably have put on all that weight back onto your frame. The reason for that is because you doing that program is someone else's program, and no matter how much money you pay for them to customize it to you, whoever made that program doesn't have to live that program like you do. They don't have to change their lifestyle in order to lose 40 pounds in 40 days like you do. Because see, the lifestyle that you have right now, your current lifestyle, you like that lifestyle. You created it for yourself. It's comfortable for you and you get some form of satisfaction out of it. You don't like being overweight, and when you do lose the weight, you like the weight loss, but in terms of doing someone else's plan and essentially living someone else's lifestyle, you don't like that, and because of that, you're not going to stick to it for the rest of your life. Thus, even if slowly you migrate back to your old lifestyle, slowly you're gonna put on that weight over again. And what's even worse is, because when you lost that weight to begin with, part of losing that weight was muscle mass, and it's much harder to regain muscle mass than it is to regain water and fat. So when you do put the weight back on, you're gonna put on more fat and less muscle than you had last time. So let's talk about why losing weight slowly is the optimal speed at which to do it. When we're talking about weight loss, fat loss, and or getting in shape and doing it permanently, there are two major principles at work here, and they are at the root of the problem. And those two principles are lifestyle and enjoyment. Because if you're looking for a quick fix, if you're looking to lose a lot of weight really quickly for a wedding or vacation or whatever it may be, you already know how to do that. It's dangerous, it's harmful, and it's completely temporary, but you already know how to do that, and that is you barely eat and you exercise, move around as much as you can all the time. And you should never do that. It's bad for you and it's completely temporary, but the bottom line is it will take weight off very quickly and very temporarily. But if you're actually looking to get rid of that fat and or get in shape and have it be permanent, the way to do it is slowly. The reason for that is because we're talking about changing, modifying your lifestyle. And it's not like your everyday life is over here, the way you live your everyday life, and then somehow completely separate is the way you eat and the way you move. No, they're all just one big lifestyle, and you're supposed to enjoy that lifestyle. You're supposed to look forward to it. You're supposed to want to get out of bed in the morning and live that lifestyle. When you lose weight quickly, that means you're doing so by drastically changing your lifestyle in a way that's going to be torturous to you. And you could force yourself to do that for a few weeks or a few months and lose the weight and lose the muscle, but that's going to be temporary, and you're going to gain all that weight back, and it's going to be more fat and less muscle than it was last time. So the reason we want to lose fat and get in shape slowly is so that you can modify your lifestyle slowly in small, tiny little increments over a long period of time. And it's not really even the pace of how fast you lose the weight that matters. What matters most of all is, do you enjoy it? You have to enjoy doing it. Otherwise, you'll give up and you won't sustain it, and you'll just put on the weight or not lose any in the first place. The hard work doesn't come from the eventual change in living that lifestyle. It comes from the experimentation that it's going to take for you to figure out what you like and what works for you. And then you change little bits of it over time. And the parts that you're changing things in a way so that you enjoy them. You're eating less of things in a way that you can enjoy still. The same principle applies to getting in shape, moving, exercising. There's nothing that you absolutely have to do in order to start moving and getting in shape. The only things that you have to do or should do is whatever kind of exercise that you choose to do, you should make sure that you're not getting injured while doing it, and that you enjoy it so that you can continue to keep doing it on a regular basis and not give up because you find it to be torture. So ultimately, it doesn't matter what you eat, just eat less of it, and or find healthier, more specifically lower calorie versions of what you eat. And then when it comes to exercise, it doesn't matter what kind of exercise you do, just do a little bit until whatever you're doing starts to feel easy, and of course you enjoy it. And once it starts to feel easy, then you do a little bit more of it and a little bit more. So like if you're walking, you walk a little bit of a distance until that distance feels easy, and then you increase the distance, and then you keep increasing the distance until you get to a point where you're like, okay, well then maybe now I can start jogging because walking is too easy. So then you start jogging. Same principle with the way you do your food. Little small increments, changes over time that you enjoy. So let's talk about just how much weight you should be losing, how quickly, just to give you guys kind of a general idea of where to get started. I'm not much of a studies guy, meaning like, oh, there's this study that shows this, or there's this study that proves that, because you can find any study to back up and justify any point you're making. You can find studies that completely contradict each other, so I'm not much of a study guy because of that, but they can give you an idea of a baseline of where to get started. So to the best of my knowledge, the most trusted studies which refer to how much weight you should be losing, how quickly, say that you should lose about 1% of your body weight per week. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should lose about 2 pounds every week. And then once you get down to like 190, you should lose about 1.9 pounds a week, and so on and so forth. And for the principles that I was just talking about lifestyle and enjoyment and getting there slowly, 1% per week seems just about right in order to achieve that. And there is a little bit of room to play with here in terms of, say you're massively overweight. You have like more than 100 pounds to lose in terms of weight and fat loss. Well, then in that case, maybe you lose 1.5% of your body weight per week. Doesn't sound like much, but when you weigh that much, you should still go slowly, but you can take it up to maybe 1.5% body weight per week. And if you're on the lighter side where you're still overweight, but not by much, and you want to try to get that off, okay, well then maybe you should lose weight about 0.5% of your body weight per week. Regardless of where you are, the point is to enjoy the weight loss journey and process, and do that slowly by teaching yourself what you like and what works for you, and then implementing that into your lifestyle. If you want to keep that weight off permanently If you want to get in shape permanently, this is how you do it. You build a lifestyle that you can sustain by enjoying it, liking it, looking forward to it every day. So take it slow. Don't be in a hurry. Build your own program for you. When you do that, not only do you get the fat loss and be able to get in shape and get to where you want to be, even though it's not ever, no matter what you do, it's not ever gonna happen as quickly as you would like it to. Not only that, but when you figure out how to do your program for you, when you teach yourself that, when you develop your program for you, when you do get to whatever your goal is, or even if you lose a few pounds and you start to notice it and you start to feel pride, you get a satisfaction from knowing that you did that for you with your own program, with your own experience. You taught yourself what works for you, and not only that, but you enjoy doing it. There is an intense satisfaction that comes from being able to accomplish that for yourself instead of following someone else's plan temporarily. Thank you guys for watching. Again, this isn't a weight loss channel, it's a basketball channel, but when I deal with trying to solve any kind of problem on this channel, I try to get to the root of the problem so that you can solve it once and for all. And so if you found this video helpful, if you think it's going to help you or someone else get into shape or lose some fat, please give me a thumbs up. Also, subscribe, hit that subscription button. Make sure you do that. That's huge for me. Everybody that hits that subscription button and subscribes to the channel, I really appreciate it. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified of whenever all of my videos come out. The new ones, they go live. If you hit that bell button, you'll be notified every time. So thank you guys again, and I will see you guys next week.
Holy Father, somebody better go and get the holy water. Y'all checking us and we cashing checks, but only with us and safe the rest. Y'all passing Dutch, but can't pass the test. Just pass the dragon, talk hoes and fashion. Woo! TAZ, known to be sicker than your average. Steady out, lasting stress. What's the point of talking if you gotta keep secrets, homie? Sounding like secrets on me. Every day's a new score, all I do is win more. You better put defense on me,